Welcome back for another installation of Dirka Classic Movies. This week, it came from outer space. I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Zip.
And this is Bad Movies, Worst People.
So we are welcoming Zip. Thank you for coming out, Zip.
Welcome, Zip.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Want to welcome with a golf clap?
Yes.
Thank you.
Zip is a very longtime friend of mine. We've known each other about 25 years.
Give or take.
And an accomplished tattoo artist.
Yeah,
One of my favorites. In fact, he has an entire arm of mine.
Whoa.
The
Give it
only
back.
ones of
Like,
yours.
At his house?
I think you keep it in your shop, right?
In a jar.
Formaldehyde in that jar, right? Yeah.
Of course.
That's a display arm.
It is. It is. If you've seen my arm, it is.
Actually, there was a tattoo artist in town, not to deviate from the point, that
Oh, no,
used
that's what we
to, he carried around like skins of a dude that he had tattooed that had died and willed his skin to him. So he would carry, his name was Rocket Rick.
I was strangely talking about this the other day with somebody. I was like, can I will like parts of my body? So that answers part of it.
I don't know if you
I
can do
want
it nowadays.
someone to make
but
dominoes out of my thigh bone. I think that would be intense.
That would be.
Talk about throwing
Can we
bones.
have both femurs?
Sure.
All right.
I want a candle made out of my hand.
We're doing that.
But yeah, so that's cool. You can actually like legally
He
will
had them
somebody
in
your skin.
big ass picture frames, and he was just carrying them around the conventions.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, here in
I'll
town.
deviate from that. Have you ever heard of necro pants?
No.
Just Google necro pants. It's a Swedish thing where like when someone dies, you can use their skin to make pants. And it's insane. The image is going to live with you for a little bit.
Okay.
And it's not like I was going to say it's not a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. It's not a mean-spirited thing. You give
Okay.
somebody your leg skin. And that's something we've talked
Okay,
about.
then.
Your
now.
legs need to be warm. It's Sweden.
Any extra layer you can get, dude. Or is it Iceland? It might be Iceland.
Well, Iceland's not cold.
Then it's Greenland. I don't know. Just Google necro pants and you'll get there, pal.
I'm not doing it right now.
All right.
I don't want to put on incognito mode.
I want the Jinko jeans version of the necro pants.
You got to get someone with that big skin.
Right.
That'll
The
be me.
40-inch
I'll help you with
openings.
that.
I'm looking for like one of my shorter friends to let me do like capri pants, necro Bermudas.
Just
the
make
culottes.
Is that
friends.
bleep? Are you going to get it from
I'm gonna
bleep?
get bleep. I'm gonna have culottes made out of his skin.
Make friends with whoever's going to suit your pant needs.
I mean, it wouldn't be. I don't
Just
think.
walking up to new friends, putting your leg next to theirs, like, yeah, we could be friends.
That's how you make friends. You got nice skin.
I don't think you'd get culottes from bleep, but you definitely get some pedal pushers from him.
It puts the lotion in the
capris.
basket.
Love you, bleep and bleep.
Would you wear me? I'd wear the shit out of me.
Brush.
So yes, welcome, Zip. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
We are talking this week about It Came from Outer Space from 1953, rated approved,
Rated A.
because it's back when things were either approved or not.
You said it's 53.
53.
Damn.
81 whole minutes, directed by Jack Arnold, who directed a lot of shit I've seen. The creature from the Black Lagoon, Tarantula, The Incredible Shrinking Man. He also did a bunch of episodes of The Brady Bunch, Buck Rogers, Love Boat, stuff
Now
like
we're
that.
talking.
Love boat.
Now we're in my wheelhouse, Playboy.
That was his last credit, was The Love Boat. I'm like, did that kill him?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's dead. I didn't look.
Rest in
Presumably.
pictures, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
His spirit, at least, he's got to crush it.
I mean, after Love Boat, you're dead inside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the movie starts with a disco ball crashing into the screen.
Yep.
Did you see the strings?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Definitely.
Which time?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a rope was flinging this ball to the camera.
Right.
I should mention we watched this in the
A flaming soccer ball.
4K. Yeah, flaming soccer ball is better than a disco ball. Yeah, we watched this in the 4K that I got.
I'd rather
from,
have a disco ball.
I got this from the Universal Vaults whatever collection. As soon as we started this, I was like, this shouldn't be in 4K.
This wasn't needed. But you are who you are, Derek.
I am.
Get that shit in 4K. You know you want to.
I look it up. I'm like, well, it's available on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K.
Click.
We all know what he chose.
The Blu-ray is $5. The 4K is $40. No, that wasn't the case.
No, I know you wouldn't do that.
That wasn't
No.
the case with this one. This
Not this
4K
one.
was not that
Not
expensive.
this one. That means he's done that before.
He has.
Was it Robot Jocks?
No, that's on
Yes.
Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
This takes place in the
Spring water.
apparently fictional town, according to IMDb,
Uh-huh.
of Sand Rock, Arizona.
This is not Arizona.
No, this is very
definitely-
clearly the Mojave Desert,
Yeah.
Yeah.
California, and also Universal Studios backlots.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
for
got a
sure.
lot of matte paintings here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
But not pretty Matt Payton paintings.
Paintings?
Titans.
Well, it's hard to tell because this movie, much like the cast, is not in color.
That's true.
Like it's 50-something, 53.
And he means that in more than one way for the cast.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that in the worst way for them.
Did you see on the license plate of the vehicle? For one, it was in the front of the car, and I don't think Arizona's
That's how you know
ever
it's
had
California,
Arizona. Well, it was an Arizona plate,
right?
And it
Okay.
said 53 was on the plate. It wasn't a tag. So did you have to get a new plate every year
Oh, I wonder. They were keeping
No.
that steel industry booming.
Wow.
Or was
instead
that
of a
just
little
what
sticker?
number they were up to on license plates?
What if that was the year of the
This was the
vehicle?
53rd
Well,
car
it was
in
the year of the
Right.
movie too.
But I'm saying, like, maybe they put the year of the vehicle on license plates.
oh,
That way you couldn't do it. Johnny, swap them up and put a 53 on a 64.
Oh,
That's
maybe
gonna look weird. It's gonna be strange.
it's gonna be strange.
It starts with John and Ellen, played by some people who I didn't bother to write down.
I don't think I care for any actor actress's name. These we just kept comparing to people we
Yeah,
thought
'cause
they looked like.
John was what?
Oh, John's a chameleon.
He's a chameleon. He was
Yeah.
So we got
4 different
John
electors
Cena.
at least.
Skinny John Cena. What
Yeah.
else did we say?
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
There was something.
Scott Thompson.
Scott Thompson.
And what else we get?
There was one more.
Tom Jane.
Tom Jane.
America's sweetheart. Tom
It
Jane.
depended on what
The
angle you were
yep.
looking at.
Oh yeah. Even at one time when he was out of the side, he looked like a young William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, later in the
There
movie,
was a
it's like,
Shatner.
Is it just the lighting?
He also
Right?
kind of acts like a young William Shatner.
Kind of, yeah.
They went to the same
Very.
school.
He's not out there banging anything that moves, though.
Nope, just Ellen.
That's why he didn't bang Ellen. She's not green enough.
I need to
mean,
talk to my
To be
mother.
fair, in
To
Johnny's
be
defense,
fair.
okay, every time he tried to get with Ellen, something would happen.
That's
A
true.
meteor would crash, or somebody would knock on his door, a little pissant kid.
That's right. Shitty space cadet. So it's like the universe is giving you the ultimate
Cock
hint,
block.
like, hey,
Right,
stop, dude.
right.
You guys do not belong together.
Like,
Or this shithead sheriff would come along and be like, "Look, I knew her dad. I'm just looking out for her. I don't want
Matt?
to fuck her or anything."
Oh, Matt wants to fuck her.
totally,
yeah.
totally.
I'm just looking out
Yeah.
for her. She's always with you. That's a problem, see? I can disappear you.
I couldn't tell.
There's a lot of room in the desert for you.
There's 1,000 ways this desert could kill you.
It was very late in the movie when they finally said he was an astronomer, but they kept hinting at like he's some kind of like
No,
no
they
good.
say-
No, they say
good
it
Nick.
pretty.
Yeah, I
they
think
say
they
it
say
pretty
it pretty
early
early
on.
when they talk-
Stargazers.
Well, they said something about stars and stuff, but then they're talking about stuff he's writing and whatever. And I was like, so is he a science fiction writer? Is he like?
No.
I wasn't clear on what he was doing.
I mean, it was
Nobody
super
has a
clear, but-
telescope like that guy, and he's not an astronomer.
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't know.
That's
This is,
right.
look, this movie was based on a story, film treatment written by Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury has a fucking telescope like that.
This is also
Yeah.
the 50s, dude. He picked that thing up for like 3 packs of filterless smokes.
Some
Also, Ray
luckies.
Bradbury's telescope is pointed at his neighbor, not at the skies.
Why do you have such an expensive telescope? Hello, neighbor.
It's like the beginning of Men at Work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
With the BB
papaya.
gun.
So yeah, they have like this back and forth flirting, shit talking kind of thing going on, which is interrupted. Oh, I had to mention this first because I know Whitney will probably know what she's talking about. The
Oh my
girl is like
God.
something astrology.
She's like, I'm a Scorpio and I pair well with the Sagittarius. Bullshit. Anybody knows
Yeah.
that a Scorpio and a Sagittarius fight all the fucking time.
What if
Everybody
Mercury's
knows
in
that.
retrograde?
The only there are two
Yeah, well, yeah. What
signs.
if Mars is retro?
What if retrograde?
There
Oh.
are two signs that Scorpio
Gatorade?
get along with.
What if Mars is
Mars is in Gatorade.
That sets the whole thing off.
I mean, it's a shocker that I have a Scorpio married a Scorpio. That's fucking weird. But it could either be extremely amazing or extremely bad. No in between.
Depends on the day.
So we're extremely
It does
amazing.
depend on the day.
It does. It really does. But
There's been more than
preseason-
one time where she's told me there's a lot of room in the desert. I'm putting this on in official
It
recordings
may
in case
not
I
be
ever
the 50s,
disappear.
but there's still a lot.
He
There's
is not
always room in the
suicidal.
desert.
I'm gonna say right now, the only like a Pisces and a Cancer are Scorpio's best friends. Period.
Cancer.
So
here.
the
I know.
fish and a crab.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know things.
Scorpion, Scorpio is a water sign as well.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
They all like to be under the sea.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter.
Exactly.
Take it
Betcha.
from me.
I just had to mention it because when she said that in the movie, Whitney was like, "That's bullshit." I'm like,
I did.
Save it. Save it.
And then I fell asleep.
I was having trouble staying awake too, but I don't blame the movie.
I'm not blaming the movie. No,
I watched
I'm
the
blaming.
whole damn
I was.
thing.
Yeah.
I
don't
was
think
warm all
blinked.
day.
I blame like 4 hours of sleep and margaritas.
I was warm all day, and then drank 3 of your father's delicious margaritas, and then came home into a cold, dark room, and you put on a black and white movie, and I was like, look.
To be fair, my dad's margaritas consist primarily of tequila.
The
He just-
gripping dialogue wasn't enough to keep you enthralled.
Yeah. What about character development?
There was character development.
Yeah, the guy started out and he really believed in the aliens, and then at the end, he really believed in the aliens.
Oh, he
And he
believed in them
convinced
even
everybody.
more.
Convinced everybody.
Well, he convinced them by the time they finally saw him.
He fought through adversity.
Even then, nothing to see here, folks. Just a spaceship taking off back to your homes.
Is this movie like an allegory for like black people moving into the neighborhood in the 50s?
Could
Possibly.
be. That's what Black Lagoon
Honestly,
is.
yeah.
Because if you think about it, like these aliens come in. So like, you just talk about it real quick. So we're not going step by step here.
Oh yeah.
This alien ship crashes, and it's got this fucking weird one-eyed goopy creature in
Fleshlight.
it.
It is a flashlight
And like, basically, they didn't want to be here.
wrapped in cotton candy.
They're not malevolent. They're not benevolent. They don't give a shit. They like landed here and they're like, fuck. It's like if you were driving across the country and you broke down in Oklahoma and you're like, well, what am I doing now?
I do like the one line he says is, "We could hurt you, but we will not."
They're trying their hardest to avoid people because they're like, well, you're going to kill us because we're different than you.
If you would
So
land on
that's
our planet,
hence
it might be
my
different.
my comparison to
Right.
Yeah, that could be.
I mean, in 1953, most likely.
Oh, you're in the
There
wrong
wasn't-
neighborhood, boy.
Keep on
There wasn't
moving.
one.
Keep on moving along there, weird alien.
Was there anyone that was not white in this movie? I fell asleep
No.
for a couple
Besides
minutes.
the alien, no.
No.
Even though the alien's
No.
kind of white.
Yeah.
He had white cotton candy wrapped around his body that turned into smoke.
You know what
Yeah.
color it was.
I,
On
I'm
screen,
assuming.
it was
in black and
whitish.
white. Yeah, I mean,
You got 2 choices, man.
So it just, I don't know, but I agree with you.
So the meteor comes crashing down, and my first thought was, is this just Iron Man like testing his new suit? But it's not. It's the meteor.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking about that first movie and how like he's like, I spent all this money on this suit and immediately crashed it. So,
He's got more money. Come on.
but they go to check out the ship.
he
Darth
didn't have
Vader is in there.
Jarvis.
Huh?
He didn't have Jarvis.
That's why he
That's what the
crashed.
problem was.
Do you think who was it, Lucas, that did Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think
Whoa.
Lucas
She gets
liked this
confused
movie?
because she thinks it's Kermit.
Yeah.
Because that's our
my movie here.
I know. I watched It Came from Outer Space, and I thought that breathing's pretty fucking cool, man.
Right?
Pitch black and you hear some breathing. You know it's menacing.
Exactly. Like, do you think that's what happened?
Oh yeah.
I mean, this guy.
Because you immediately was like, Darth Vader.
Yeah, I think if it invoked it for me, it probably sparked something in him where he's
Yeah.
like, I love this just dark breathing thing. I mean, he gets it from a lot of different places.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Buck Rogers was a big influence on Star Wars, and this guy directed Buck Rogers, and the writer wrote.
I'd be
some Buck
shocked
Rogers,
if this
so.
isn't one of George Lucas's like movies he watched. You know,
We should ask him.
I would love to have it. He's not returning my calls.
I'll try.
I
I'll get
mean,
my
when
people
you-
on
found
it.
his
When you
number
send him nudes,
yet.
you know, they tend to
George,
do that.
it's me again.
I'm coming out to Skywalker Ranch.
I won't be ignored. Ignored, George.
So, do we need to get in good with Favreau first before we get in with Lucas?
I'd rather hang out with John Favreau than George
Same.
Lucas.
I'm gonna get cocktails with Dave Filoni. He can watch me drink if he doesn't.
He probably doesn't. You've seen that hat.
Yeah, I have.
That's a non-drinking hat.
It's a dad hat.
Are you talking about the wide brim?
It's
Yeah.
like an Indiana Jones, but you got it from Ozark Trail.
So it's almost like an Orthodox hat.
What's an Orthodox hat?
Orthodox
Oh my god, I
Judaism?
love that.
Oh no! I think I nailed it perfectly.
Yeah, no, it's more of a.
Yeah.
It's like he thinks he's a cowboy, but also he's
Yeah,
never
but
left a
it's-
basement.
It's also flat around, right?
Not all the way around. No, the sides are up a little.
Oh, so
Yeah.
no, not Orthodox. Got
No.
it.
But he's always wearing it. But we get the aliens' point of view, which I guess they just probably put like a warped lens. But it's
I
just
like this.
I
I like
I
this
love
view.
this lens.
Yeah.
It's like a fish
A
lens,
weird
but not.
fisheye, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine if I watched this in the 50s, it would have blown me away.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Oh.
Like, it looked fun and cool now.
Yeah.
One of
Imagine
the
not
bits of
seeing
trivia I
anything.
read, and it says on the cover of this thing, because obviously this isn't in 3D. I don't have a 3D TV, and I wouldn't ever spend the money on that. But this was the first movie that Universal put out in 3D.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow. All right.
So,
I
Well,
can
yeah, that
imagine
makes
that. Oh,
sense
so
now.
yeah.
that's why the soccer
point
ball
of view and yeah.
flying at you.
Oh,
I bet
yeah,
you that would have been like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
This chick's scream would have got you a couple times too, because they cranked the volume on that.
Holy shit.
I am
They wanted you to be
jealous.
sitting there just chilling. All of a sudden,
oh no,
It
I
wasn't
don't.
even like that. It was.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to hit what she
you
hit.
can't hit what she hit. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it.
It's almost like the tickler.
oh yeah, the tingler.
The
Tingler.
The Tingler.
The
Oh, it's
Tingler.
like the tickler. It's like, what are we talking about now?
Like the random
Whoa,
screams
now.
you would hear in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
There could
blood
be someone
curdling.
next to you right now.
The Tingler, by the way, previous Dirka Classic Movies episode, our first one from
Yeah.
January.
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 It was January because I was drinking a lot of gin
When don't you?
And this alien leaves
right now.
This alien leaves snail trails of sparkles everywhere it goes,
Dude.
which is
Oh, yeah.
pretty cool.
It is stripper
Oh, yeah.
dandruff.
Definitely stripper dandruff.
It is some stripper walking home. Sorry, exotic dancer
Or
walking
Liberace.
home.
You
Or
know.
it is Arizona, dude. He's sweating that shit.
Or what was
Like
that?
sweat sequence?
What was the guy in the Jackass movie with all the glitter?
Oh, Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor. Yeah.
Rip
there you
Taylor,
go.
dude. It is Rip
It's
Taylor.
Rip Taylor. He was just out in the desert.
Let's put some glitter here, boys.
I missed that.
You don't know who that is?
Later on, when
No?
Ellen's been kidnapped, it's a good thing because when John gets to his house and that glitter's all over the place, she would have been like, I thought we were getting married.
What?
Yeah, we were supposed to be exclusive. What's that skank's name? I
I
like
must have
Zip's-
been when I was asleep.
I like Zip's answer. It's like, no, I was crafting. I was making a birthday card.
Yeah. I was making a birthday card. It's okay. Relax.
Shit! Now I gotta come up with a birthday card for
I
her.
put a bunch of glue in a poster board. I was
Right.
throwing glitter at it. I was writing, I love you, Ellen. Forgot her name for a second. So did he, though.
Yeah.
I love you, Ellen. Ellen, is that right? Ellen, yeah.
Should I put an H there? I'll make it into like a happy face.
It's going to make this little robot right here. Little glittery robot.
Happy accidents.
Happy, no mistakes, just happy accidents.
Well, apparently, they harassed their neighbor Pete in the middle of the night to taking them out to this crash site in this terrifying
Is he
go-kart
his
helicopter.
neighbor?
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
like
Because
like
did you
oh,
hear,
yeah,
did you hear the
neighbor.
meteorite? And he's like, I didn't hear nothing until you were banging on my door.
Yeah.
Yeah. The convertible helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
I want to ride this bitch.
Do you?
No
Why?
fucking way,
Do
dude.
you?
Yes.
This should be a coin-operated thing in front of Kmart.
This
Nope.
is more
Wanna get in it.
dangerous than the fucking gyrocopter from Mad Max.
Absolutely. This
Oh,
looked
definitely.
like a
I'd feel
bigger,
more secure in that thing for sure.
Would you ride it with me though?
What, in the convertible one?
Yeah.
No.
He's too tall.
I mean,
Dude,
this helicopter with the
I
top
can't
down.
even walk underneath your ceiling fan without having to duck.
To be
That's
fair,
the
I'm the only
simulator.
one that can.
Yeah.
That's the simulator for what you're talking about. Is walking
Yeah.
on your
And
fucking
I'm fine
fan.
under that, so I would be that.
You'd be good.
I would
You
be awesome.
and all the short people.
I would just have to make sure my hair is in a braid.
I was gonna say, well, I think I'm wearing braids from now on when I come over here. It takes off my man bun.
I can make sure that.
So I like when they fly this convertible over the smoking crater. It's just a smoking pit in the earth, and
Yep.
Ellen's like, "It's so beautiful."
So beautiful.
It's an ash hole. Right? You're staring into a prolapsed ash hole.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
So
You gotta
beautiful.
take your girl out more, dude.
Right? Well, I mean, he would always tell her, stay.
They've only ever
Oh
Sit.
my god!
Stay.
Everybody in this movie to this woman. Every time a man is walking to do something and she tries
Stay
to follow,
here.
stay here.
Uh-huh.
Does
Ladies-
she listen though?
Listen, yeah, ladies belong in the back. You see?
Nah, see?
No, she doesn't listen because she's right there.
No, she
She's a
doesn't
feisty
listen, and then
broad.
she gets kidnapped by aliens.
Oh, does
Yeah.
Always listen
she
to
does.
men.
Yeah, she
I
does.
do remember that.
I missed
part.
that part, but I know that she
You
did.
fell asleep.
Yeah.
We were awake. Yeah, we were able
we
to
were,
see.
we got you.
Jack and Zip are here to fill my holes. For
We
when-
are
So- Whoa.
Phrasing. All right, I'll go second.
You want that extra loop?
Heads or tails?
My sister always said, "One man's cum is another man's lube."
Oh,
Oh,
why does she always
gross.
say that?
Why the
Does
fuck
she say
would
it like
she
at
say
people's
that?
funerals? Well, you know what they say. This is Grandma's funeral. Well, one man's cum is another man's lube.
She's at church, and the priest is like, "What do they say at church?" I almost said, "So say we all," and that's definitely Battlestar Galactica, not real church.
So say we all.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, close.
Yeah,
Peace
something
be
like
with
that.
you and also with you.
Yeah,
Peace be with
and
you.
Also with you.
Another man's lube.
What? Dude, it's going to be her dying words. Dear my children, one man's cum is another man's lube.
She doesn't have children.
Well, it's going to be her dying words to somebody's children if I have my way.
Tell your children.
Tell your children. Gather the townsfolk. I have to tell them about a secret treasure. One man's cum is another man's lube. Ah! Gotcha. Where were we?
Mucus plug, I believe.
Yes. John goes into the prolapse anus and finds the mucus plug.
Yes, he
which
does.
Is where the alien
The soccer
is.
ball, yes.
And like as soon as he finds it,
I really did like the miniature Johnny that they put there when they did the wide shot of it to make it look massive.
So because
like,
I
we're not
was
so
digging a
great.
big hole, man. We dug a hole in this little
You know
model.
what?
That's what we got.
it might be
we got a little Johnny we're gonna throw in there.
G.I. Johnny.
It might be because I was stoned, but at first when it showed like the back view of him, I thought that's what he was seeing. Like he saw the back of a doppelganger of him.
Of himself.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, oh,
Not
that's
yet.
kind of creepy. And then also like, oh no, it's him looking at the ship. I'm an idiot.
But like he looks in and like this alien is looking right at him, but he can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's home.
He's in the dark.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be night, but it looked like it was 5 in the afternoon. You know?
because they all say the middle of the night, and I'm like, the sun in the sky would disagree.
It
I mean,
explains why
they
That
did
was
the
the
same
moon.
thing for This Island Earth. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I haven't seen
Classic
that one.
gem. Oh, Jesus.
What was
Most
it?
of the ones at This Island Earth.
Okay.
It's the one with the mutants. I don't know. But it's,
Actually, you know,
yeah.
I read a thing in the IMDb trivia, so hey, it might be true. Apparently, the designers for this did 2 different types of aliens,
Uh-huh.
and one of them was the one that ended up being used in This Island Earth.
Oh,
As soon as you said
the-
that, I
the
was like, why did I
mutant.
just read
Yeah.
this. It was
Oh,
that.
Nice
Yeah.
tie-in.
Yeah, hey. But every night scene looked like it was, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when they were tossing out road flares. I'm like, you don't need road flares. It's 2 in the afternoon.
Right?
No one's gonna
Everybody's
see those
headlights were on, so you knew it was nighttime.
Oh, that's how you
Ah.
knew.
That's how you knew it was nighttime. And they said it was midnight.
Well, it's
Just
the
'cause you say
desert.
it.
It's a desert.
Right.
Don't you know the desert's always bright and hot?
It was
I
a
have
full
that
moon,
right.
guys. And it was February, so it was pretty close to the Earth.
Some more astrology shit over here.
She's a witch. Burn
That's
her!
astronomy. Never mind.
That is astronomy, and I love astronomy.
But so there's a landslide that like closes the ship in. So he's the only person who's seen it, and everybody thinks he's a fucking nut bar.
Dude,
this
they
whole
love
time.
these. This,
Crazy,
they have-
crazy, I tell you.
He's
Crazy.
insane. Lock him up, Sam.
Lock him up, man.
They set up one shot of these rocks falling and filmed it from like 2
Oh.
angles and just kept going back
They
and
milked
forth.
it, for sure.
They loved this shot.
They
I know
love,
this-
they love the rotating boulder.
Uh-huh.
The
This
end over
landslide
end
goes
rotator.
on so long. I was like, is the crater filled now?
It should be. It should be full, like completely full, just to the top.
This is
But all he got hit with was potting soil.
Oh, dude, these
was-
boulders are falling that are the size of like a 4th grader, and he's down there just getting like just handfuls
litter.
of dust.
Yeah.
Thrown
It's like
at
he
him.
got married and they're throwing rice at him at this point.
Right.
Well, they didn't want to get him dirty.
Why not?
Because he's a movie
Walking
star.
around in the dirt. He's only got one suit.
One suit the whole fucking movie.
And
He's
what
got
was this
one-
suit
And it was
made
multiple
out of?
days.
Wool. Thick.
No,
He's got, like, the
No, it looked
elbow
like carpet
patches.
padding.
Oh,
The carpet
Carpet
padding.
pad. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like the elbow patches and stuff. I'm like, this is not a desert suit.
No. But that's how you know he's a doctor type.
In 53, I wanted global warming, in 1953, February of 1953, at midnight, it was definitely like 30 degrees outside.
I mean,
Out in the middle of
he
the
did
desert,
do the
yeah.
little cold, like rub your hands together and blow on them kind of thing.
right?
That's fair.
But
As he
in the
was leaning
daytime,
on a
you're
rock.
still
Yeah.
looking at like
Yeah.
70 degrees.
Even though we all live in the desert, we're still having trouble connecting cold with it because we're recording this in July when it's coming out,
Yeah.
and there's no such thing as cold.
The
I
butt
think it's
crack
like
of
90
Satan.
outside right now.
Yeah, the sun has
yeah.
been down
What
for a
time
while.
is it?
And it's
8:16.
8:15,
So it's
8:16, yeah.
it's about 100 because I was
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
last night and it said it was going to be 101 at 8
I'm
p.m.
checking it.
Jesus.
You check it, lady.
I have a note.
106.
I think it's
Shut
something
up.
someone said.
No way.
Reboot
Oh, wait, no,
that.
sorry. It went down 101.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's much better. You were flabbergasted. I
But
said
does it
106.
feel like 101 or does it
Not
feel
here.
like 99?
Not here, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it
no.
feels
The
like
only
I'm-
way you get cold in Arizona in the summer, especially down here in the desert, is by spending a lot of money.
Yes.
That's why I love coming
Yeah.
here, though. It's fit for Danny DeVito in fucking Batman Returns. It's just great.
Oh, and I crank it down when we're recording. I'm a
Yeah.
nice guy like that.
Right.
I
But
love
I have a line here. I think it's something
I'll do
someone
it.
said.
Just kidding.
I think it's something someone said. I don't remember why I wrote it down. Oh, huge ball jammed into the side of the crater.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that what she said or something? I
That's
don't
what
know.
they said. It's 1953, buddy. They like he doesn't know what to say about seeing this ball. So he's like, I've been changed. I saw something down there. Something.
Something.
There's some ball in the crater. Something.
I'm just gonna watch Twilight Zone when you guys leave.
He says that.
He
so
really
often.
does. Do you think he watches it?
Yeah, I think he has intent and he falls asleep because he's deprived of sleep.
No. I watch TV.
Look, I was busy not sleeping last night, watching movies.
What did you watch last night?
By Dawn's Early Light, starring Powers Booth, James Earl Jones, Rip Torn.
Wow.
That was a fucking powerhouse
What a
cast.
It
cast,
was.
And somebody else who was awesome, I can't remember off the top of my head. And then also Blowout
Okay.
with John Travolta before he was a cartoon character. And John Lithgow.
Okay. Balls in a wall.
Yeah, the cops arrive.
That's a
They-
great segue. Anyway, back to balls in the wall
balls
here.
in the wall.
This tonight on Fox.
So the cops arrive. We have Sheriff Matt, who's kind of a dick face.
He's a simp.
Oh, yeah.
And Deputy fucking bumfuck. I don't think he gets a name.
Nah.
No.
But basically,
Deputy
they're telling John, like, no, you're fucking crazy, dude. There's no Martians. And I was waiting for him to be like, I never said they were from Mars. Hey guys, after this episode, I really kind of want to go out and get a beer. What are you thinking?
I mean, okay, look, the thing is, I deal with beer so much in my life. I want something else. I'm fine with beer, but I want like a stiff cocktail or a nice glass of whiskey.
You know the music box is just down the way and you can get an awesome cocktail, or they even have like Tombstone and other great beers on tap.
The music box, where would I find that?
Oh, you mean the music box at 6951 East 22nd Street in
Yeah.
Tucson, Arizona?
Right down there at 22nd and Cole.
Yeah, they've got a great selection of whiskey, gin, tequila, mezcal, other spirits.
Ooh, sometimes they have like pudding shots and jello shots.
You're putting me on.
And depending on the night of the week, we can get karaoke, live music. It's great.
Ooh, on happy hour it's Wednesday. It's on happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm in. You guys are selling me.
Let's go to the Music Box Lounge right
Woo!
now.
Let's go.
Sharks of the Corn? Virus Shark? Cocaine Shark? Sharktopus? Yeah, those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
They're leaving the crash site, and then like they almost crash into the alien, or he like projects an image or
Yes,
something.
they see it, but it kind of either goes through them, becomes ethereal,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
it's projecting itself as some sort of an illusion. It's hard to tell.
Because
It
it
is hard to
looks
tell.
like
It's very
they
vague.
drive through him, right?
Yeah.
Or it. Sorry.
Which is
It, because they even say, like, did you hit it?
Yeah, and they get out, like you would. You'd get out of your car.
If I
Of course.
suspect aliens always get out of my car
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
my pocket gun.
Is there something that's
Everyone
gonna
that
murder
comes
me?
into contact gets out of their car. the
Is
thing
there
to
something
do.
out there that might murder me? I'm gonna get out and check.
I just love how casual this guy's just got a fucking revolver, no holster, nothing. It's in the glove box and it's in his pocket. 50s in fucking Arizona, man.
I think you just stopped at 50s.
Yeah, so, okay, true. It's also Arizona now.
Yeah, I'm like that's why I said that. I'm like,
You don't
'cause
have a van gun? That's weird.
You don't got a pocket gun?
You don't got pocket guns?
Oh yeah, you got that holster underneath your. No. It sits in my cup holder.
Oh, yeah.
What do I want? I want the.
The 380, the pearl handle 380.
Yeah.
The one Morgan Fairchild uses
Yeah.
in Phantom of the Mall.
Is there a phantom in the mall?
Some people.
Wait, that's that one with Pauly Shore. isn't
You
it?
betcha.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Eric's Revenge.
Go back to
I forgot the
episode.
fucking subtitle.
forgot Eric's
Eric's
Revenge.
Revenge.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous.
I know. We're like, well, what's the first one?
I know. That's
Right.
what when we watched it too. I was like, so this is a sequel? Derek's like, nope.
Nope.
So what's Eric need revenge for? I don't know.
You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
We'll find out, just like we would if the movie didn't have a subtitle. This is when we get that first blood-curdling scream that she does because she's startled by a Joshua,
Joshua
tree that
tree.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but you two
apparently.
is terrifying.
Well, that's
I would
fair.
also scream at Joshua Tree.
If I was in the middle of the desert and Bono and the Edge came running at me,
yeah.
yeah, get out of here, everybody, run!
Yeah, she does that. Like, I can't.
Yeah, it's a tone that I can't hit.
And it's the
It's
exact
a-
same scream used over and over. I'm pretty sure like all
They
three.
just
or
made her
times she
scream
screamed
into
over.
a microphone for ADR.
She heard what she had to do to get the role.
They stuck it in her bum.
Yeah, we
Yes,
call this
Jack-
here the casting couch.
Oh,
Come on
Jack
over, young
Arnold,
lady.
big
was
old sleaze
Weinstein
bag.
there?
Mr. Weinstein was my
I
father.
mean, you know,
Call me Harvey.
maybe senior.
Yeah. Fucking, I knew he was a nepo baby.
It's Walt Weinstein.
Walt
Right,
Weinstein.
there you
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna fly. I don't think Walt Disney would be okay with that joke. He's like,
I'm
"What'd
the
you
only-
put my name next
I'm
to?"
the only Walt ruining that name, buddy.
Yeah, well, what did he do?
Created a
That's what I
magical
mean.
kingdom, dude.
Yeah,
Duh.
Off of.
slavery.
The tears of babies. Slavery?
Exactly.
Question mark.
I mean, if you talk to any of those animators from back then, it was slavery.
Yeah, why do you think they were
That's
hiding
true.
dicks and everything?
I mean, look at Mickey
And
Mouse.
porn.
Or no,
Yeah,
what was his
and-
name?
and,
Willie.
Adventurers.
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat
Willie.
Willie.
Yeah.
Just humping all
Well,
the
they're
time.
making a horror movie about that. Apparently, they lost the licensing. or
Yeah.
Oh, it finally fucking lapsed.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna. Oh my god, that's
I
tremendous.
think it's the
The-
same
the-
people
the-
that did the Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I was
movies.
gonna say it's the same
Yeah.
guy that did the
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh stuff. He's making a
Poovers.
a Pooniverse, I think is what he's calling it.
I was making a really dumb
No,
joke.
I want to say
Oh,
that's
wow.
what the thing I read. It's gonna have like Steamboat Willie, Winnie the Pooh, some others, Bambi, like other things that are going into public domain, and then
Right.
there's gonna be like a crossover movie like the Avengers at the end,
Oh,
and it's gonna be
amazing.
fucking horrendous, and I'll probably watch them all. So then the next day they get back, I'm assuming, because now the newspaper
Who
men
can
are
tell the
there.
sun doesn't set?
It looks exactly the same. The newspaper people are there. There's guys setting up cameras that should be in a studio.
Did you really say a spaceman? Tell me, funny guy. Just trying to drop a story.
And there's a doctor.
KLVT television coming straight for you.
Right into your living
I did
room.
notice KLTV. I was like, Kill TV? Is this gonna come up or
I
no?
like
It's
that.
not. It's not late enough for that yet. That's an '80s joke.
Is that I'd buy that for $1? No, that's Smash
That's-
TV.
I was
No,
like,
that's
that's
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Well,
but-
Smash TV, the
yeah.
arcade
The
game
arcade
said
game.
that too.
Okay.
After RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. I'm watching RoboCop. Now I got to watch Twilight Zone and RoboCop.
You have no fucking.
I'm going to be
chance of
watching The
that.
Birdcage, so I don't know where you're watching TV.
Great. Now he has to watch the Birdcage.
Now I got to watch the Birdcage.
Yep, that's what I want to watch.
So there's a professor there from the university who I thought was going to come to something. That's why I wrote him down.
He is
From, by the way, the university.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
astronomer.
He doesn't really come to anything. I thought he was going to be like a character. But basically, he's just there to be like, I am also a science.
He's the one
and
that
you're an
John
idiot.
wants to have. He's like, John says, this guy will help me. He'll convince everybody.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
smart. He's not one of these.
The
fucking,
university won't pay for that. That'll take months to excurge that.
It'll take months and thousands of dollars. And I was like, thousands?
Well, because they got a bunch of interns, dude. Bunch of
Well,
unpaid
well,
students.
Bunch of
also-
unpaid
53.
interns.
Bunch of
Also,
unpaid
the dollar
students.
was worth way more
For
than
sure.
$1.
$1 is a whole day's labor.
Yeah.
For $1 a day, we can dig away.
I remember in 1995 making, no, it had to have been 98 because I was a junior. I was making $2.13 an hour being a server.
That's about what
Oh,
I
that's
make
not
now.
much better. Yeah, it's not much better now.
Yeah, the doctor, the scientist guy is telling him like, no, it's definitely a meteor, not a ship. Look at this iron is charred, something.
It's
Science
iron
from
and nickel-
50s jargon.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, I am not a science. so
Don't
I
be a woman. You shut your mouth. You saw a meteor.
Look, you know what, John? Wait back there.
John, wait in the car.
Stay. Stay. Open this door, slide in. I will get in after you.
Yeah, we only use one door at a time in each of these cars.
Jesus.
Get into the driver's side and scooch over, baby. Scooch, I tell ya.
I do like when they're leaving and they're listening to the radio and there's like this army general who's like talking, like they're like, what do you think about this guy who said there's aliens? And the army general is literally just laughing on the radio like, there's no such thing as aliens.
I think he's cuckoo bananas, I tell ya.
Don't go to Roswell.
There's no such thing as aliens. I swear. Trust me, guy.
This might be before that. They hadn't kidnapped those aliens yet.
It'd be right around here.
Yeah, somewhere around
In
here.
the 50s.
Kidnap those aliens and lead to the whole Independence Day thing.
Welcome to Earth.
So the military is to blame for Will Smith.
Oh, thank you very much.
He's in the desert and he's just like John is, and he's just rambling about like the desert and the wind, and it gets in your brain and it makes you think crazy things and aliens and something. And this Ellen chick is just like, just lays one on him. She's just like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Don't make me put you to sleep with a hand job like I did last night.
It's midnight. People are going to ask questions. Well, they already talk. So
You
I'm
think they
staying
called
the
it an
night.
old fashioned back then?
No, it's just called fashion.
It's just called fashion.
It's just called fashion.
It's in the fashion.
Can you give me a fashion? Oh,
They had separate beds, but they were only arm's length away.
Right.
We can't sleep together. We can do everything but.
Well, there is
Everything
no
in the
such
butt.
Everything in the butt. You heard me correctly, Ellen. No vaginal stuff.
there is no such thing as a female orgasm.
That's a myth.
Especially in the 50s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if she enjoys it, you're definitely not doing it right.
She's a witch.
She's a witch. She's not going to get pregnant if she orgasms.
I mean, actually,
It's 50s.
it's the 50s.
That's how they come out with Down syndrome.
Oh,
No wonder your kid's special. You had an orgasm, didn't you? You're shaking and driving.
You shook that baby right up.
Suck that baby up.
Scramble those brains right up.
No wonder.
Here, have a pack of cigarettes and go call me in a week.
Were you smoking during your pregnancy? Yeah, good.
Good.
Okay.
Drinking?
get some cocaine.
Yeah, okay.
I always loved listening to like I listened to like some of the old like Abbott and Costello like radio show stuff
Sure.
on like cassette tapes and whatnot, and they left in the commercials, and it's like 4 out of 5 doctors recommend Camel cigarettes, and I'm like, why? Because the 5th one died.
No, Marlboro paid him.
Yeah. Nothing beats the smooth flavor.
Bold, rich.
Trust me,
You'll want to put it in your mouth.
Were you a Camel or a Marlboro?
Marlboro.
I was Marlboro.
Marlboro Reds, Cowboy
Yep.
Killers.
That's right, baby.
That's when
I was
doctors-
Parliaments.
You were
P-Fonts.
Parliament. I
Parliaments.
do remember this.
Especially
Yeah.
get the little
I s-
cocaine shooter in there.
Yes, I did.
Actually, yeah,
Parliaments.
a bunch of my friends that used to go to raves and shit, that's how I got introduced to them.
Yeah.
It was because they would put bumps in them before
you
they
ended up
went
liking
out.
it.
And, yeah,
Not the
I
bumps,
bummed
just the
cigarettes. Yeah, I bummed cigarettes off them. You know, sometimes you get the special ones, but
Like,
No.
ooh, man, this cigarette's
Ooh,
numbing my
this
mouth
is,
up.
yeah,
Blah, blah,
exactly.
blah,
Blah, blah,
Well, you
Look,
just like
I've never gotten this excited when I smoked a cigarette
That's
before.
what
Right?
happened
Wow.
when the sheriff started talking later and he's growling.
It's like,
I had a part
And Zip comes to Zip says something, and I was like, "That's what I heard.
Because he
Just
just
like,
that's what he said.
it's a trap."
It's a trap.
something else George Lucas got. He's like, oh, I like the way he delivered that line.
It would sound better coming from a fishman, though.
Please, Fishman, not the preferred nomenclature. Mon calamari.
Yes.
Which is just
I'm
what
sorry,
Jamaican.
what?
That's what they're called.
Mon?
Is
That's
that
that's
Jamaican
their-
for
that's their
calamari
name,
man?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
calamari man.
Calamari man.
God, Lucas is an ass.
He's just lazy.
I don't think he made up that name either. I'm pretty sure that came from some books later, because they don't say it in the movies.
That's true. It probably came from a toy. It probably came from the Kenner toy on the fucking back. They're like, he's a Mon calamari.
Yeah, there's that
Right.
guy at Kenner whose job it was to come up with alien names. They're like, look, you're good at making up fucking dumb shit.
They've since added another
That's a
pronunciation,
fresher.
like
I'm
Mon
taking a break.
calamar. Like they added a pronunciation to try and like make it better. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
say calamari. It could be a Mon calmar.
Yeah, the I is silent.
Uh
That's what the apostrophe's for.
huh.
But then we meet like probably my two favorite characters because they look the most.
scampi. Sorry.
Don't ever be sorry for that. You never do it to him. You always do it to me. So that made me very happy.
My two favorite characters because they look the most like people I love. These telephone workers.
Uh-huh.
We have
Oh.
Gene Hackman
Yeah.
and
And itty bitty Clancy Brown.
yeah, either Clancy Brown. Is it Clancy Brown and Andy Samberg had a baby?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, I think I know
saw
who
I
on
saw
top was.
traces of Sam Raimi in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know what Jockster looks like. I don't know what Sam Raimi looks like.
Oh,
I
I
know
like
what his
that.
little brother looks like.
Oh, I forgot.
mean,
he says
that's
Jockster.
his fucking brother.
She says
in-
Jockster because that was his
Xena?
character
Yeah.
in Xena Warrior
Xena.
Princess.
Yeah.
But,
Probably a
Ted
crossover with
Raimi.
Kevin
He looks
Sorbo.
just
Yes.
like Ted Raimi.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you know.
Okay,
Looks
I
very
don't know.
similar.
but you know,
He's
older.
like if Ted Raimi was less nerdy.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Ted Raimi's
Less
pretty nerdy.
Yeah.
Ted Raimi's pretty nerdy looking.
Everybody looks
yeah,
less
exactly.
nerdy.
So it's like if you take that and like I don't know, erase the glasses.
I love that one of them was named George because George, the beloved George from Harbottle Brewing, he also was a telephone person.
Maybe this is his story. You should ask him.
I will.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Did
see
he
him
come from
tomorrow.
outer space?
He came from Jersey.
Same thing.
Yeah, might as well be. Fake Gene Hackman's up on the telephone pole, and he's just rambling, kind of like John was earlier, about how like the desert will get to you, man, the sun and the heat,
And
it
the
just,
fake lakes and
yeah, you see the fake
the lakes that
out
aren't there.
You got to stick to the rivers and the lakes you're used to, man.
And the whole time I was just like, dude, how is that weed?
He has a love affair with this He's like, sometimes I think I hear the current talking to me, whispering through the wind.
Through the wind.
Did you try this peyote, by the way?
I like that he's up there working on this telephone line, which is presumably has electricity running through it. John pulls up and he's like, yeah, here's something weird. You want to come up here and check it out? Like, I've never been driving down the street and just seen a fucking TEP worker up on the poles like, you want to come up here?
You don't go, like, the pilot doesn't invite you into the cockpit and have you, like, just mess with the joystick or the yoke?
Yes, that happened to me once, but it was
You like
in his
movies about
lap.
gladiators?
It wasn't on the panel at all, and it
Oh,
was
weird.
really it was
You
like
ever seen
hard
a
but
grown
soft.
man
He
naked?
said I put the cock in cockpit.
Yeah.
Cockpit's a nickname for your mother.
I went into the cockpit when I was a kid. My aunt worked
Oh,
for the
yeah, you
airline.
did.
Like they let kids do it all the time, but my aunt worked for the airline, so she always did it. And they always gave me little toy planes. And I had a whole bunch of little toy American Airlines planes.
What's it like to be privileged? What's
Yeah,
it like?
My
What's
aunt,
the- what's the
my
sky-
aunt was
I
a
don't know,
flight
you tell me.
attendant. So
You're
Said the
male,
whitest guy I
and I'm
know.
a female.
No, I'm not white. I'm ginger.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a whole different level.
That's yeah.
Yeah, they
You
were
are the ultimate
You and the
minority.
albinos, just right there.
We're not actually that rare. We just don't go out in the sun. So you're like, man, I
Right.
haven't seen a ginger in forever. Well, it's summer, so.
Right.
You'll see them come.
You guys should form a
December.
coalition.
We
The
only meet
gingers
at
and
night.
the albinos. Only meet at night. Yeah.
Problem is, dude, nobody's going to want to see that baby.
the nighttime is the nighttime.
Hey, we can get a meeting together, but no fornicating. We
Why
don't.
are only his eyelashes red? Everything else is white.
I want you to meet my baby, the nightlight.
I want you to be my baby powder.
Who played Powder again?
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
what? That still baffles me.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, I know.
That has
You know who
Lance
directed
Henriksen,
Powder?
right? Oh, some pedo.
There's
That
another-
fucking pederast that did
Jeepers Creepers, yeah.
There's
Clown
another
House.
movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Wait,
seen that?
who's
I have
who's
not. I
Powder?
know of it.
the director
The
of
guy that
Jeepers
did Jeepers
Creepers.
Creepers and Powder and stuff. He's a big old pederast.
Which is why it was you couldn't find Powder forever because there was a whole thing about him.
Well,
Can you
also
find
the
it now?
DEA was really buckling down.
can't find Powder anymore, dude. Not even in Arizona.
There's a so
Well,
there's
you'll never
another movie.
find Clown House. They'll never
No.
release that because the kid who was actually abused was in that movie.
Oh man, yeah.
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 All right, it's a respect move, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah?
will release
I still
it.
have a bootleg copy of it if you guys ever want to see it.
Yes, I do.
I do now.
So
We are worse people.
Yeah. They have a lot.
I
I'll
have a
warn you.
bootleg
there's
copy of Song of the South up there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why
I have
not?
the actual copy, the Disney, the
Yeah.
clamshell. Yeah.
Excellent. Never get rid of that.
How are
No.
you two not better friends?
Right.
we just become best friends?
Yep. Song of the South is bringing people together.
Just can't wait till you guys fucking tell people how you bonded. Well, Song of the South on bootleg. He had the clamshell. The rest explains itself.
Magic.
Right.
It's
Magic
fine.
the Gathering, you know.
Sprinkle a little magic on top of it, and
Oh, it's glitter, by the way.
bingo.
Magic looks a lot like glitter.
Oh no, I'm talking about the game.
Oh, I'm talking about magic.
I was talking about the stuff coming out of this alien's butthole.
Oh yeah.
Intergalactic
yeah.
snail
The
trail.
His snail
trail.
trail.
Yep.
But basically,
Played by
like,
Nicole Kidman.
she is a snail trail. They take off, and George and Fred, whatever the fucking guy's name
George
is,
and Frank.
George and Frank.
Hey, I was close.
That's close.
I would have said Fred.
They get kidnapped by the aliens and like copied.
Kinda,
get
yeah.
kidnapped. They get knocked
They get
out when
taken
they
hostage,
copied.
is what
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
The aliens say.
I think this is where I fell asleep.
Well, this was when like this is when the
Probably.
Clancy Brown dude was getting real creepy
Yeah.
because they're doing
Staring,
this like
dude, he's pulling a Trump and just
Oh, is
staring
this
up
where
at
he's
Staring at
staring
the
at the
sun?
sun?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, because they're like, oh yeah, the sun was messing with me, and he just looks directly into the sun. He's like, yes, the sun.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Ooh. See, nobody would know if Derek was a pod person because they're just cold and motionless. Like, I talked to Derek today. Well, I guess if you were staring at the sun, I would know.
If he was even near the sun, he would know.
Derek was outside in the sun today. Ah, kill him.
He's been replaced.
Was he complaining?
He's a witch.
Was he complaining? If he was complaining, then get him inside.
The other day, I had tickets to go to a movie, and I opened the front door and then went on the app and returned the tickets.
Oh, that's terrific.
And what looks like Gene Hackman guy is dead.
Yeah, because John sees his hand sticking out of the rock.
And his
kinda
boots.
Deal. Okay.
To lead us to believe that these aliens are malicious and evil.
Well, John's telling us that. We all fucking trusted John.
Well, yeah, because John's driving away and he's like, Gene's dead, baby. But like immediately they come back. And
Who the fuck is Gene?
George.
Oh, Gene. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Frank.
picking up where you're
Frank.
going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frank gets up immediately afterwards, so the suspense is, quelled.
it lasted a second.
But he gets up and he looks at fucking Clancy Brown there, and he's like, "Something's not right with you."
Yeah.
They haven't replaced Frank yet, or Gene, or
Well, double Clancy
old.
Brown's come up too. Like,
look, I need an old telephone worker and a young telephone worker.
One's the boss that's married,
operator
and
assist.
one is the employee with a hot little babe on the
Oh,
side.
he's got a hot
Oh.
little what we call back then a Betty.
a Betsy.
Yeah,
She's got a hot
that chick
dame.
got a credit too.
Check out the shape of that
Yeah,
cat.
she
had,
sure
like,
did.
nothing in this movie.
She had maybe 2 speaking lines.
And I
But
did.
she had 2 other reasons.
Did you
to be
guys?
credited.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
notice most of the movies we watch of this era for Dirka classic movies, just like a lot of old movies, all the credits are up front.
Uh-huh.
This they were all at the end.
Yeah, that
It's
was
got
at
to
the
be
end.
one of the first movies to do that, at least
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Well, fucking A New Hope got in trouble for that.
Did they?
Yeah. It was the whole Screen Actors Guild, Writers Guild. You had to have, like, he got kicked out of the guild for not putting the credits in the front. He got warned during New Hope, and then he didn't do it again in Empire, and then he didn't
And
do
George
it.
Lucas is like, "Joke's on you, bitch! I fucking hate unions.
I am.
That's
the
why
Empire.
I film in fucking England."
Yeah, it's so this is an early one then. It must have gotten changed after that and became like an almost mandatory thing.
But they
now,
did it,
Now it
like-
doesn't matter.
They did it to where they even had the people up, and then had their names.
Yeah,
right?
like
I remember
featured
that.
them. Yeah. But yeah, so they get Sheriff Matt because they're like, "Hey, we have proof that there's aliens now, right? Like we saw Gene Hackman's dead. Clancy Brown killed him."
He's acting real weird, dude.
Real weird. He's got this bag, and he doesn't know what to do with it.
I just love that they're like, "We have proof. Come with us." And even Ellen, who Matt loves, is like, "Yeah, I saw it. We have proof." And he's just like, "You guys can both just go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Like I have paperwork to do." And he's
Bring
just
your
moving a
gun.
newspaper from one side of his desk to the other.
Oh, yeah.
And give me one gun too.
Yeah, bring a gun.
Bring
for
your
me.
gun.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, and he steals that gun from. No, that's later.
That's later.
This
it
time
was
he
given
says,
to him.
"Bring your gun." Jack thought he said, "Give me a gun."
Yeah, I thought you could just walk into the sheriff's department like, "Hey, follow me. Bring me a gun too, punk. Make it something snappy."
Dirty Harry style.
Oh no, I don't want that. That's too much gun for me.
Is it?
I don't like it. They're inaccurate.
Oh.
A lot of recoil. It's expensive ammunition too.
It's the most powerful handgun in
So
the world.
it's not a good thing to have during a zombocalypse.
A zombocalypse?
A zombocalypse.
Probably
Thank you.
not. Not the best.
No, you need like a baseball bat with a nail on it.
Yeah. Oh, what are you, a fucking weasel
Wrapped-
from Roger Rabbit?
No, it's gonna be wrapped in barbed wire.
Why are you
That's not gonna
laughing?
hurt them. They don't feel pain. You got to destroy the brain.
Ask
Removing the
Negan.
head or destroying the brain.
Negan
But
did that
you
for
got to
style.
think, if you have a spiked bat, those spikes are going to get stuck in the head.
Boom.
Yeah, but you
And you're
can
not gonna
destroy
be
the
able
brain
to-
with it.
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
so-
but that's one use.
well, you
You're,
just
you're
don't
trying
go
to
for the
pull
new
it out
zombies.
when you
Fucking
got
pull it
a
out.
herd coming
You go for the
around
ones
you.
that have been dead for a while. You let your friends with the guns get the new ones. See, because the ones that have been dead for a while, when you smash their skulls, it just
everybody, give
crumbles.
everybody a fucking spear. You go back to back and you start poking forward.
You use the force and
300
make them go
style.
onto your
300
spear.
style.
Form
quick.
of phalanx.
Yeah, I was gonna say shield wall.
But so we find out that because like Clancy Brown was acting weird. I don't know where I am anymore. Clancy Brown was acting weird because he can be replaced by the aliens, and the alien tells him, "We can look like you or anyone." Like I was like, you had to clarify that. Like we are a race of aliens that can transform into you, John.
Only you, George.
Man, there's a
Only
there's a
you.
whole town full of Georges. Imagine visiting that town. This is a little weird. Didn't I just see you at the movies?
There's this town. It's called Clancy Town.
I would
Georgetown.
I would visit. I'd visit
Georgetown.
Clancy Town before Georgetown. 'Cause Georgetown is real.
Clancy World.
Clancy World. He deserves it.
It's like Westworld, but less scary or more scary.
Kinda, yeah, kinda.
It depends on which Westworld you're talking about. Are we talking about fucking Yul Brynner? Or are we talking about Ed Harris?
Also depends
'Cause-
on which Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Highlander.
Yeah,
Pet
Highlander
Cemetery
one.
2.
What's his fucking?
Don't go down that road.
Kerrigan?
Yeah, Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
No, that was part 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it is one.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah.
You don't want to go down that
Part
road.
1's the only
go
actually
down
good
that
one. You can like 2 and 3, but they are a different class of
I don't think I've
movie.
ever seen them. I've only
2
seen
is
Pet
a wild
Sematary.
fucking ride that didn't need to be ridden.
I've just seen
You
Pet
talking about
Sematary.
Highlander?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we were
I
talking
thought you
about
were
Pet
talking
Sematary.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, Pet Cemetery
Don't go
too.
down that road.
Cemetery, yeah.
No brain, no pain.
Is
Think
Highlander
about
2
it.
the one where they decide that they're aliens?
Yeah.
And then in 3,
Yeah.
they're like, just kidding. No, they aren't.
Here's how I'll tell it to you. Number 1's got fucking Clancy Brown as a bad guy. Number 2 has Michael Ironside, and 3 has Mario Van Peebles.
So those all sound great, though.
Yeah.
Like
Michael
I said, you can enjoy
Ironsides
2 and 3.
especially.
Michael
You know,
Ironside is a
should've
maniac
been-
in a
yeah.
really terribly written movie.
Should have been great. Yeah.
Should have been.
Yeah.
He's a maniac in every movie. Like, are you the normal guy in this movie? Yeah,
I mean,
that's not good.
To be fair, Scanners didn't exactly have the best writing either.
True.
Oh my god, well, not just, it was
We're
over a year
one.
ago, but I was watching Scanners. I watched Scanners at the Loft, and
Didn't
I
you watch
hadn't-
it
I
at
hadn't-
home too?
Probably, but I watched it at the Loft because they were doing like a whole film festival thing, and I hadn't seen it in a while at the time. That lead guy, whoever the fuck that guy is, that stick of wood,
Yeah,
that's
couldn't
an
act
actor.
his way out of a
Oh my
fucking
God.
cardboard set.
I'm
or
watching it.
paper
I'm like, I
bag.
love this movie, but why is this guy still here?
I mean,
What
for
was-
you to complain about it because of what we watched, for you to complain about how wooden he is,
Yeah.
where would you put him on the Chris O'Donnell scale?
Chris O'Donnell is
A better actor.
light years ahead of him.
Yeah,
Chris,
for sure.
Chris
for sure.
O'Donnell is
For
the
sure.
Daniel Day-Lewis to that guy.
Okay, give me him in comparison to Tommy Wiseau or Wiseau. from The Room.
Tommy Wiseau's more entertaining.
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. All right. So
Maybe
What
not a
is-
better actor, but
What is that one movie we went and saw?
I'm gonna scan your brain. Cheap.
That
crossover we need.
Keith David is in.
They
And
Live.
They Live.
Yeah, I mean, Roddy Piper's not good in that movie either.
But it's,
even though it's a great
like you
movie.
just said,
But it's a
though,
great movie.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It still holds
It's
true
a,
today.
it's a
by
great
the way.
movie with, symbolism that's
Yeah,
still
we went and saw that in theaters because I love when they do the.
Longest fight
the
scene
wrestling fight in the alleyway.
Dude, that's
Jesus.
one of
Still
the-
going, huh?
Yeah.
That 8-minute fight scene is
Just
one of the
put 'em
greatest
on.
things in cinema because, like, these days you have a ton of action movies that have 8-10 minute long fight scenes, right? No one ever gets tired. That
Right.
movie is just those dudes slugging at each other and then taking like a good 45 seconds to a minute to be like, "Whew, just give me a second."
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh, and Roddy Piper's like, dude, I could do this all day. I've been doing this for a living. Come on, Keith David.
Get up, man.
I thought you wanted ass to ass. Come on, let's go.
I didn't take it out for.
I didn't take her out for air.
I should have though.
Okay, where
So
are we?
anyway, the aliens are telling
Earth.
the alien is telling John that like you need to give us some time to fix our ship.
Look,
All we want to
don't
do is
wanna
get the
be
fuck
here.
out of here.
I'm telling you right now, our car broke down. The swamps of Florida suck. Let's fucking go. Just leave us alone. We'll do it all. We
We'll
don't
be
You're
out of here
not
in a
ready
couple
for me
hours.
yet.
But he does say if you don't give us the time, bad things are gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
Like we don't want to hurt you,
But we
like
will.
if you don't back off, we will. There was a scene with some old prospectors, but that's about the time I fell asleep the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't miss
They
much.
really
It was
didn't.
them.
It was just them. They were extras.
mine
They might
connects-
as well just been extras.
Oh,
You can get to
'cause
the
they're the
ship
guys
through
from
the-
the mine.
for the mine.
Okay.
You can
that
get
they
to
end
the
up
ship
in
with
the
Okay,
end.
mine.
but I
Okay,
know
that's
that
it.
one, the older one. We've seen him, and so that voice was very familiar to
You
me.
might have heard his
With the
voice in, like, old
eyebrows?
Disney movies, but I don't think
Yeah.
you've seen him in anything.
Oh, you've
Right.
heard his voice on this podcast before. His other job is pig shit farming.
Oh, is that right? Got a pig shit farm going.
Oh, that
yeah,
is
in Arizona.
Yeah.
Started in mine, found back guano. Thought, well, it's kind of nice, but I can get pigs and shit a lot more than bets. I'll tell you that much.
It's horrible having a pig shit farm in Arizona.
met
It
the
dries
fi-
up real quick.
Have you met the pig shit farmer?
Pigs,
I
I've
have
been on
not.
the podcast a couple times before.
This is my first introduction to. Well, does he have a name or is it just
No.
pig shit?
I was
farmer?
never given one.
Cletus.
Just a bit, just Mr. Pig Shit Farmer. Mr.
My
Pig
father
Shit
was a
Farmer.
pig shit farmer, and my father's father.
Come from a long line of pig shit farming.
I'm pig shit farmer the fourth.
It's a squirty job, but somebody's got to do it. That poop spirals like the tail.
He came about because of men at work when we were trying to figure out where they got all that shit for the shit bombs.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
I supplied it to them. Best customers ever had that Charlie Sheen. Good coke too. stayed up all night. I think he touched my pig's door.
But I know this is where I fell asleep because I put a gap in my notes in case anything important happened.
No, nothing.
So this
really
is where we
happens.
take over.
They do.
The awake ones.
It's a back and forth now because John Putnam is just like I believe, dude.
Yeah.
He wanted
I
to believe.
believe
Well, at the-
they're
now he
aliens.
So he's Mulder.
Yes.
Okay.
And then eventually they go back to the crater.
Uh-huh.
And they look for the scientist guy from before that told them it would be, a substantial amount of money and manpower with their free help.
I remember he was
Okay.
missing.
And
Yeah,
they couldn't find him.
They start kidnapping other people, which is the only reason the sheriff's even on board. He's like,
He's like,
"God damn
oh,
it."
I think you may be right. Yeah.
I miss the days when I was calling you a crackpot and it was real.
Right.
So I mean, that's the big thing. And he's somehow they get Ellen.
Yeah, that's the next movement
Yep.
I have here is Ellen gets taken.
They get Ellen, and then now
She
Matt-
gets kidnapped by, what was it, Fred? The one that looked like the old guy.
yeah,
The one that looked like Gene Hackman?
The one
Frank.
that looked like Hackman,
Frank.
yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of just stops her in the
Some
middle of the road and like meanders into
Oh.
the passenger seat and was
And
like,
he just fucking
drive.
yeah, he emotionally doms her. She's like, I'm gonna take you home. You won't be doing that.
But he's like Nicolas Cage in with Sympathy for the Devil.
Oh, yeah.
He just gets in the back and he's like, drive.
Sit the fuck down.
Oh my god, that movie was awesome.
John goes down there and he's like, give Ellen back. And the alien just goes, no.
No.
It's
All right,
like-
fine. Show me you.
Okay. No.
It's fucking. Kurt
I just
Russell
got
in
out of the
Tombstone.
shower.
I heard that. He's,
Sorry, bad time.
This is where he's like, you can't handle it. You're not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is confusing because he saw
he saw him a
earlier
couple
in Ghost
times.
form.
Yeah.
in ghost form.
In ghost form and in real form because he saw him at the very beginning when he went down into the crater before
Oh,
the
that's right.
collapse.
Yeah, because he's like, I saw something.
Right.
No, thank you. We don't need religion. Just closing the door. No, thank you. Somebody already came and talked to us about solar. We're good here. Thank you.
We don't eat cookies.
We have a sign that says no soliciting. Read it.
The alien did mention that he wasn't after them or their souls,
Specifically mention their
Yeah.
souls.
which means that he could probably do something with their souls. That's
we
odd.
could completely devastate you. We won't.
I saw an article or something that popped up when I was Googling this that was talking about this was apparently a big, like Spielberg has said this is a big inspiration for his aliens in
E.T.?
Close Encounters.
Okay.
Because they're
Oh, okay.
not malicious, they're
Right.
not benevolent, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
happen to be here.
Uh-huh.
And they're
We
trying
are-
to leave.
We are ants to them, essentially.
Yeah, they're like, we don't care about
Or
you.
plastic spiders.
Yeah, the plastic spider scene.
Best
Oh.
scene in the movie.
Best scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, when he's like talking to the sheriff, right? And he's
Yeah.
like, well, you would kill anything you don't. It's right after this,
It's,
right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
right now.
Right now, yeah.
You would kill anything you don't understand, and they don't want you to go down there because they don't want you to try to kill him.
Don't go down that
And
road.
it's like, what would you do to that spider? And they show the spider, and it's just hopping and flipping around. And well, I would kill
On
it
a
'cause
string,
it's
yeah.
terrifying.
Growing up, we could get these fucking little spider rings from Peter Piper for like 5 tickets. That's what they got here. They just put strings on it. If you
Yep.
like it, put a string on it.
I love how the Matt, the sheriff, he casually meanders over to it and just kind of stomps it and says, "I'd kill it." That's what I do.
Proving the point. You're gonna kill. Like,
Right.
You're gonna kill anything you don't understand.
Okay, you just
I
proved my
guarantee
point.
you, this guy draws on one of these aliens, and I don't mean with a pen and paper. I mean with a gun. Stay still. I'm gonna draw you like one of my French whores.
I do want to jump back for just 1 second when the alien does show himself to John because he's like,
Oh, yeah.
you won't be able to handle it. It's too horrible. And he's like, I can handle it. And the thing comes out, and it looks kind of like that fucking brain bug from Starship Troopers.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like it's, but
Or-
it
I
comes
missed the
out,
big reveal.
and he's just like starts screaming and covers his eyes and turns around. I'm like, it's not that
The
bad,
thing
dude.
that I really
Right.
enjoyed though was
It's
the
like a walking
hair on
vagina.
It,
Oh, yeah.
looked like an alien from Futurama wearing a wig. Like, come in.
That was the
I'm
first time I
human."
noticed the hair. It has just like long braids on it.
With
Like,
its
it's-
big veiny bulbous fucking forehead.
No aliens here, just us humans. Look at my hair. I couldn't be an alien with this haircut, could I?
It's like, have you seen that meme that's like it's like a town in Pennsylvania or something that's called like Humanville or
Yeah,
something?
definitely
That's
not
definitely
aliens.
no aliens here.
Never once.
He gets back to the sheriff and he's like, "Look, we can't go fuck with him because the sheriff's like, where the fuck is Ellen? You said you were getting Ellen.
Right.
Like, well, we can't get
I
her.
haven't smelled her hair in days.
Look, I want to sniff your fiance.
Her musk.
Her musk. I miss her musk.
look, those panties are getting dry. I need new ones.
Not in Arizona.
Well, they're the ones he stole.
In
Oh,
February,
okay, gotcha.
yes.
The ones she's wearing. Anyway,
Moistened.
he gets to him and he's like, look, they don't trust us because we're going to kill him. And I did like the line. I'm like, it's a pretty good line for 1953 because he's like, why don't you stop being a badge and try being a person?
Yeah. Luckily, it gets better.
Yeah, it gets better.
It gets much better.
Cops got better since 1953,
Yeah.
especially in Arizona.
You mean they got better weapons?
Well, now they're small armies. But he goes back to his house, finds the alien glitter snail trail in his house, and they stole all of his clothes. So now he just has this suit.
Or it was
Just
an empty
hangers.
closet and they put hangers up there.
Yep.
He's like, whoa, where did these all come from?
Yeah, he opens the closet and looks startled, and he's like,
Amazed.
"What hangers?"
What are these? It's like a piece of wood with a hook on it.
This is where I'm lost. I was asleep through all of this.
So then the deputy is telling the sheriff, like, "Look, you're getting suckered here, dude. You know what we should do?
You're letting the so-and-so tell you what you should do.
You know what we should do? We should fucking kill him."
I said we'd get a whole lynch mob together.
I found it especially funny that the guy was in the room that he was talking about. Not,
He's the
like
worst
he
time
wasn't
to
there.
I do remember that.
Like he wasn't there, you know,
Yeah.
like, this fucking loon over here. You
He's
know,
the worst
listen to this
person you'll ever
guy.
meet, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
That guy's an academic. You
He
can't listen to
touches
anything he
children.
says.
He's a pedo. Oh, look at him. He's right there.
All
at him.
academics are communists.
Also, I heard he's an eavesdropper. He's listening right now. Dude, if you want to get people riled up, like there's communists in them there hills. There's a guy up there
That's what he
talking
should've
about
said.
socialism. Everybody's running up there now.
Right? That's what he should have said.
He said something about free health care.
He said something about Red China.
Damn.
something about Ruskies. I didn't
don't know.
catch it. He said
Russians
he
are
looks forward to
coming.
Vietnam.
I don't know.
But that's when John and the sheriff have their little tussle, and John steals the gun and the cop car. I'm like, dude, bad move.
Oh, he punched him.
But he
yeah.
gives the gun back. That's the
He
worst
gave him a
move.
good wallop.
He gave him a smack.
Hit him right on the
Look,
jack
you're
jaw.
trying to convince this cop not to attack the aliens, so you fight him, steal his gun and his car,
And his
drive
car.
away.
Yeah. Well, because he figured there's no other cars in town. I got
Well,
the
I
only
mean,
one.
Ellen had his
Uh-huh.
at some point. Yeah, because she.
That's when she got abducted
Yeah.
because she had his car.
She was
She
driving the
had his
other
car.
broads home.
Yep.
And that's
Just
the
a
craziest.
couple of dames.
That's the craziest part of this movie because there was a woman driving.
That's why she gets abducted.
A woman around and no one to slap her.
Could
She's out
a
there
woman
thinking.
drive before she could vote?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? On the bright side, at least they gave him a full vote.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
We won't get
And
into
old
that.
rich white people.
Hopefully. But so sheriff rounds up a posse. They start chasing down fake Gene Hackman, and they kill him by making him crash his car into a giant
boulder.
rock.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did the bullets work? Because they were
No,
lighting him
no,
up.
they
Dude,
were-
I loved this like old
Not a
timey,
one
like they're
landed.
trying to show them shooting the windshield, so the windshield's breaking. These bullet holes are directly in front of his face.
That's
and
why I'm
he's just
questioning.
Like, well, I'm dodging them.
That's why I was questioning because it looked like he acted like he got hit, but he never got
Well, he was
hit.
jelly.
But that plays into something that happened later because, what was it, Johnny, when he's down there talking to fake Ellen,
Uh-huh.
he plugs her.
Yeah.
He shoots her.
And she falls
And
forward.
she falls and goes into the pit.
I think
Yeah.
he did get hit. They just they can't afford a squib, or there is no squibs yet.
That's probably more accurate.
You know, there's no.
I don't
such
know
thing
when
as a
those
squib.
were invented.
Yeah,
but-
I doubt
I mean,
now.
Canon was not around yet, so nobody had invented squibs.
Can't watch this. Like it'd be better if there was blood splatter.
There was
Golan and Globus were holding that fucking patent.
God, it sounds like they're trying to take over the world with those names.
I remember there was one scene where I keep saying fire truck, but it was the electrician,
It's a ladder
phone
truck.
company,
It's
the
a-
ladder
yeah,
truck.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
got you, Mama.
It's a ladder truck, and something happens, and the ladder truck is now crashed in on fire.
That's this right here.
So that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Shooting.
what
They set up a roadblock. They tried to keep the
That's
fake.
where the flyers are out.
fake
I
Gene
thought he was
Hackman.
going to throw out like a
No spike strips.
A
no
yet.
spike
No,
strips. No,
thank
this
you.
is this
It's
is in
called
the
a
days
bracha.
before the
Sorry,
bracha.
they hadn't invented bracha.
Not yet.
But I love that you all knew what I was saying.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, well,
for
your
sure.
pantomime helped a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does.
The
John
people that
does-
are listening probably can't see the
The
pantomime.
listeners
as
love my
clear.
pantomimes.
But
okay?
those are spike strips.
But John does get to the cave and talk to Alien Ellen, who's wearing this little black dress.
Sexy black
That's how you
dress.
know. That's how you know she's not Ellen is because she's wearing the black instead of the white.
That's how you know she's evil.
That's how you know she's evil.
This is one of the coolest special effects in the movie because she starts shooting lasers out of her fingertips.
No. It was
she
like a
has
magic
the
wand.
Oh, she
Yeah,
had a
she
wand?
goes
Yes.
Expelliarmus, and she points it right at
Expelliarmus.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
See, I slept. Why do I sleep through the good shit?
But it looked cool because the lasers there, the laser
Like,
looks
actually
pretty
cut
decent.
the
and
rock
they had
behind
it
him?
etching into the
Yeah.
rock, which was really
This
fucking
was
cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, you missed it.
I'm very sorry. The acid trip on Doctor Strange from '79.
The only good part. Well,
They slept through
Right-
that.
Right after this, when he shoots her and she falls into that pit of despair, is about another time I fell asleep.
I think it was the Bog of Eternal Stench, dude.
And they had it in the middle of a mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this random pit
Not
full of
dangerous at
water.
all.
Yeah.
Well, that's where they go swimming on their breaks.
Right.
Usually there's a ladder to get down there.
Not anymore. Did you see all the what was it? The dry ice reaction that happened when the alien fell in?
Yeah. So it happens.
Don't jump in that water.
What happens?
Ugh.
You put you. You
You'll
can't
get the
boil
scurvy.
gelatin. That's how you keep scurvy. That's how you get permanent scurvy.
So yeah, I kind of missed what happens here. The last thing I saw was the end where the posse arrives. So is
Yeah.
there anything
So
important?
now John's
So fill us
talking
in.
to himself, like the alien version of him.
Yeah.
And Zip pointed
Who's
out.
wearing army fatigues and a nice little
Zip
like
pointed
scarf.
out, he's like, if he's wearing his clothes, was he in the army? He looks like a futuristic villain.
Yeah.
Like this guy's gonna try and take over Costa Rica in 2005.
Right. He's got a death
Van
ray.
Damme's gonna
Yeah,
have
he
to
That he's
stop.
gonna
definitely has
use.
a death ray. But he
Well, yeah,
tells
actually,
him-
he did.
because he
Yeah.
tells him, he's like, this is our, I don't know,
Propul-
this is how we can
proportions?
travel stars. Or we can crack your Earth in half. And he's like, you didn't give us enough time, so now we're going to crack your Earth in half. And John's like, no, please don't kill us. I'll stop them, but you got to release the hostages in good faith. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, well, if we don't succeed,
blow
just
up
kill
the
us.
Earth, or
John's like, you know what? I've given up at this point. These people, we're fine. Just cut it in
I
half.
just want to smooch my gal real quick.
Just let me blink her once.
But so it ends up working. And
Let
then
me get another
everybody-
fashion, please.
Did you notice the ship? I don't
Fashioned.
know if you were sleeping. The ship taking off is in
that?
reverse.
I saw.
It's a reverse shot
It's
of
the
it.
Yeah,
same
it is.
shot
The
from
intro?
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see that.
We love
Yeah.
our shots in this.
right?
That's because that was the next thing I saw was like the posse finally arriving at the mine,
Uh-huh.
and then the ship is taking off basically at the same time,
Yeah.
and it's just a rewound shot.
Was there a planned sequel for this?
Well, no, and then they blew up the entry to the mine so the posse couldn't get to him.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
that's
with
right.
dynamite. That
Is there
convenient
dynamite? It's like, yeah,
dynamite.
right there.
Yeah, it's a mine.
Duh.
What do you think?
We
It's
didn't
gonna
put a
be
fucking
sitting on the
lid on it.
ground. Duh.
It's just it's an
Duh.
open fucking box, dude. That little kid's playing with some right now.
Right?
Don't worry, he doesn't have matches.
It's fine. He knows what he's doing. He's Mine Boy.
I don't know if there was a planned sequel, but there was a sequel. It
Oh.
came from Outer Space 2, a television movie from 1996.
Oh, God.
96.
So,
96?
not
Took 'em
watching
that long.
Talk about a long fucking sequel.
Starring Elizabeth Pena and Brian Kerwin.
Huh.
So
The children of the
your guess is as good as
people?
mine.
I only asked because his line, he's like, are they gone for good? He's like, no, they're just gone for now.
Yeah, that's
We're
his big,
not
like,
ready
speech at the
yet.
end.
We're
Well, I
not-
think
yeah.
that guy goes back to the speech the alien gave him earlier, which was like, if we met you at a different time, or if you met us on our planet, things
Yeah.
might be different. But you aren't ready for
We're
us.
more understanding than you.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've evolved beyond. Don't worry. Give yourselves about 71 years. You'll be
We'll-
ready for us.
We'll check on you.
I know, seriously.
they show
like,
up now. They're like, turns out it got worse.
It did. Because it was like, we don't work on our emotions. We don't react to emotions.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're evolved, guess what? We are more emotional now than we were in the 50s.
Well, we're just more in touch with it.
So let's
you go
start.
home and you talk about being upset instead of smacking your wife. It's
Yeah, you go home, you get on the internet, you talk about being upset. Other people tell you that you're right for being upset, so you get more upset.
Well, and then you get the other ones that tell you that you're wrong for being upset and then troll you.
Yeah. It's a lovely place, the internet.
The internet's great.
So let's go around the horn and start with our
Our
guest.
esteemed guest.
Recommendations if you got them.
Of other movies or
Of this movie.
You
Oh,
recommend
okay.
this?
Would
or-
you
I
recommend
was
this
like,
to-
I would not recommend this movie.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, for what it is and for what it was, back then, I'm sure it was great. For me, I wanted to fall asleep, but I was in a strange place with, questionable characters, so I
made
didn't
the
feel
right
like my
choice.
butthole was safe.
You were sitting next to Jack.
Yeah, I know.
Your
That's
butthole
what I'm
is safe,
saying.
Maybe not your feet.
I didn't want Jack to give me a fashioned.
He's giving me a new.
I was
fashion.
passed out next to you. You're fine.
It's one of those movies that like I'll probably never watch it again, but it was fun to watch it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack?
No, I'm glad I watched it. Same thing. I'm sure like, you watch it through a lens of the 50s. You're like, oh, I appreciate this camera work, yada yada. I'll probably never watch it again.
I'm sure the special effects back then were just mind
Mind-blowing.
blowing. Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even really have any caveats to it. Like, I don't really want to take drugs and watch it. It's not going to improve it. I'm going to be bored.
I mean, we
So-
did.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, hallucinogenics, take some.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I was
So
stoned.
drugs-
Weed
drugs.
is not a drug.
I
Right.
was stoned as shit for it, and it's
Right.
probably helped it, but
Probably.
it didn't elevate it enough.
Yeah.
I fell asleep because I was warm and
I
then got
recommend it to
cold.
you.
This one will put me to sleep. I do want to watch it again so I can actually see it because I love the old classic movies. I love seeing the actual acting and like the turn of the dawn, or not turn of the dawn, but like you said, the special effects here, that fish lens, all of that stuff, and
And some
using
good style from the people. I
Oh my
love them chicks'
God, I
dresses.
love
Although
those
knowing
dresses.
that it was supposed to be originally shown in 3D, that does help to
Yeah.
okay, I know
like
why
I have
they
to
did
put myself in that
certain
mindset.
things.
Yeah.
So yes, I do want to watch this again, and I feel like if anybody is a cinephile or wants to watch something that is classic, please definitely watch something like this because yes, you do get some Shatner acting, yeah, but that was the school of acting
Yeah.
back then.
It didn't matter what part of the country the movie took place in. Everybody had a mid-Atlantic accent.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all
So-
just dished out ham and cheese.
I do give this a recommend if you are into classic movies. I do give it that. I do want to watch it again.
Yeah, I don't know if I can recommend it to people. I am gonna sit down and watch it again. I know I've seen it before, but a lot of it was new to me. So like it's
Too
because
bad
it's
there's
been
no
many
nudity.
moons.
I know. Give me some
Um,
boobs.
The two, I had two movies to choose from that both started with It and were from the 50s. It was this and It, The Terror from Beyond Space. And I
Sounds
asked
more
Whitney which
intriguing.
one we should
Yeah.
watch, and she chose this one probably because the box looked cooler.
Sure.
No, I recognize the title.
Okay,
So
it is a classic Universal movie.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to recommend because I
Universal
slept through part of it.
International.
Yeah. I slept through part of it, and again, I don't blame that on the movie. I mean, that could be part of it because it is a slow pace.
I mean,
it
look,
doesn't pick
two
up the
people
way it
fell
should,
asleep. Two people were struggling not to.
Yeah,
I had reasons for falling asleep.
Yeah, you're tired.
dude, noon margaritas.
Noon margaritas. Let's give Zip a chance to plug himself. Like, how can people get work done from
Well,
you?
we're not on video, but chance to
Gotta
plug himself.
plug himself.
Yeah,
It
So
took
how-
a minute for me too. Actually.
How do people
Oh,
get
he's
a
done
hold
there
of you?
plugging yourself.
What's a good way for people to get a hold of you? Like, what's
Um,
your favorite style of tattooing?
I love doing horror tattoos, horror themed tattoos. I love doing portrait realism, black and gray. A good way to get a hold of me is just through one of my Instagrams. It's zip_tattooist
Yep.
on Instagram, or I have zip_painter, where I have a bunch of commission paintings.
Oh yeah,
that I
because you
did.
can do commission paintings and
You can
you
just-
got
You got to share a mouth. You got to share a mouth.
What do you want those paintings?
but you not only do you do paintings, but I've seen sculptures.
Oh,
that
sculptures and
Oh,
all that.
excellent.
And actually, I do sell some of my sculptures and some of my my prints of paintings that I've done at a place in town in Tucson here called Nexus Occult. It's
love
a bookstore here in town.
Excellent.
Awesome.
They have a
Thank-
lot of children's books there.
children's books and
Books
also
made from
sculpts
children?
of books made from
Occult
children.
books, yeah.
Well, I know
The
when,
leather bound editions.
This is an interesting cover. Where did you get this material?
This is called the Necronomitat.
Is that a nipple?
I know when I had you at
Just
the
the state of
brewery.
Iowa.
I had you at the brewery for one of my tattoos days.
Yep.
And you had the planchette, is that correct?
Oh yeah, the Ouija board planchettes.
The,
yeah.
the
Nice.
Ouija, they were like magnetic Ouija board planchettes that he.
Oh no, I had the magnets that were a heart.
Oh,
I had the planchettes had the felt underneath, so you could
there
use
you go.
them.
Yes.
Yeah,
So there was
yeah.
two different things.
But they're scary monster face, missing an eyeball, looks like
Yeah.
it was cored out, and that's what the center
Oh,
of the
okay.
planchette
So
is.
it's not
Fantastic.
just a planchette.
No,
Got
it's
your spin
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
It's, some creepy, crazy monster, which you can
Cool.
also see on zip_tattooist on Instagram.
Yeah,
There you go.
1,000%. And he does amazing horror, black and grayscale.
I
all
get
of that.
lucky. Don't push it.
Sounds like somebody who's really good at their job, but is humble about it.
I get lucky sometimes.
Well, he does good at everything though, because my favorite. I mean, I only have the 2 tattoos, and he did both of them. But the Calvin and Hobbes looks like Bill Watterson drew it.
It does.
So
Well, if you've ever met me, he's done my whole left arm. He's done my Jack and Sally is everybody's like.
Well, it's a big focal point. Right
It is
there.
a big
It's-
focal point, but this one is still and will always be my favorite.
This one?
My tree star. That
Oh,
is.
yeah.
This
The
one
Land
right here,
Before Time
which is above
tattoo.
this one.
What is this, like 4 years old, and it still looks like a fucking sticker?
Yep. Yep. It's about 4 years.
Like, it's
It
just,
can't be that old.
You can
maybe,
punch.
maybe
Yeah, it is
2.
4 years. It's 24, honey. It's the year 24.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
yeah.
1924.
Where the hell did the
1924.
time go?
Women can't get tattoos. Why wearing pants?
So you know how to
skirt name.
punch color
What's
in.
wrong with your dress?
You just prefer grayscale.
I do.
fella looks bad.
I do. I love doing color tattoos. I love tattooing in general.
It is.
But,
You're
like,
really good at it.
But when I get something that I really, really, I wouldn't say enjoy more, but I'd say enjoy more. You know,
Inspired.
I tend to do a way better job there. As anybody, anybody in any profession.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh man, thank you for having me. I'd
Thank
love
you. If
to
you
do
got
it
anything
again.
you want to bring, like if you want to come back, bring a movie. Like,
I would love to. I have a few suggestions that I've talked to Derek about. Definitely wanting to do a few of those.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, if you're down to do the Spookies or even Clown
yeah.
House, man. See a young Sam Rockwell running around in
Oh
his
my God,
skivvies.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
So you had to get Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Running around in his skivvies.
I'm
Well,
in.
now you're
That,
sweetening
that's
the pot.
that's yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
Zip
this is
Logo-
the director of Jeepers Creepers and Powder, that we're
So
talking about.
you're
here.
balancing pederast with Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't molest him?
Well, he wasn't the one.
Well,
that
he
got
wasn't the one
molested.
that was molested. It was
Ah,
the
okay.
main
know
character.
of.
Oh, I
Right.
mean,
He might have been, but he was of age.
It was himself.
We are worse people. But Zip, thank you. I love your face.
Thank you
know
very
that.
much for having me. I appreciate
It
it.
took
you
us
guys.
a long time to get you here.
Next week, we'll be covering Cast a Deadly Spell, an HBO TV movie starring Fred Ward,
Woo!
where he plays, what is his name? He's H.P. Lovecraft, but they give him a name, Henry Paul Lovecraft or something, and he's a detective. And it's like a neo-noir detective movie
Henry
where...
Paul hate job.
Or not neo-noir, but it's like a noir detective movie, but the world he lives in is Lovecraftian, and there's like, I don't know, werewolves and creatures
Rampant
walking
racism.
around. I'm sure there's a lot of racism. I haven't watched it, so we're going to all enjoy that together.
All right.
Or not. I don't know yet.
Right. We'll be there together, though.
Well, I'll definitely enjoy listening to it because I have not seen that movie yet. So
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/worstpeople. It's only $3 a month. This month's bonus episode is Airheads, starring Brendan Fraser. It should be out by the time you're hearing this episode, but hey, I'm a piece of shit, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Thank you to Evasion for providing our opening and closing music. I have been Derek.
I'm always Whitney.
I'm Jack.
and I'm Zip.
Get back in the car, Dame.
Good night, and she blew her mucus plug.
Oh.
No context whatsoever, dude.